In hypnosis, I don't have to really figure out anything. Your subconscious mind is so brilliant. It's
Mm.
say, hey, what's the root cause and reason why, why Christine or why Christina doesn't feel good getting on stage or trying to talk about her program or trying to be more visible on TikTok or whatever it might be. Let's go back to the very root cause. So and so doesn't feel safe just being herself. Feels like she has to be
Someone
somebody better
else.
than, yeah, sound
Yeah.
fake and not herself. And it'll go back to moments in third grade or when you're 5 years old eating cereal with your sister and you're thinking, this has nothing to do with anything. But it does. And we go back to moments when we learned what we had to do to be safe. We learned when the teacher said something, or our mom picked us up late for soccer practice, and we created a belief that was, oh wow, mom loves brother more than me.
Welcome to the Expert Authority Coach Podcast, the one-stop spot for entrepreneurs, coaches, authors, and business owners just like you who are ready to rise, shine, and finally be seen as the go-to authority in their field. I'm your host, Christine Blosdale, also known as the Expert Authority Coach, and my mission is to help you build a magnetic brand, grow your visibility, and turn your expertise into real, lasting influence and income. If you want to dive deeper, head on over to my website, expertauthoritycoach.com, where you can explore all the groovy stuff that I've created for you. And you can even book a free discovery call with me. I'd love to hear from you. Once again, head on over to expertauthoritycoach.com to book that free call today. And if you're enjoying the show, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's ready to step into their expert authority as well. You can share the love, and only good karma will come back to you. I promise. Alrighty, so let's jump into today's episode. Hey, welcome back to the Expert Authority Coach podcast. I am Christine Blosdale, and I'm very happy to be with you today because we're going to be talking about some subjects that I'm very excited about. And I know as a coach that my clients go through all sorts of emotions. They feel overwhelmed. They feel that they have imposter syndrome. They feel that they just can't make it to the next day. They're stressed out. They're worried. Well, my guest today is going to help us take a little bit of control back in our lives and also talk about the work that she does with her clients. And I'm very excited about our conversation today. My guest is Christina L. Woods, who is a clinical hypnotherapist, subconscious transformation expert, and founder of Wisewood Hypnotherapy. She helps accomplished leaders and changemakers uncover and rewire the subconscious patterns that quietly limit their confidence, visibility, and yes, income, so that this way they can lead, speak, and create from calm, unshakable authority. And when we're talking authority and expert authority, my little bells go off and go, yeah, yeah. So welcome to the show, Christina.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you get to do some amazing stuff with people and with hypnotherapy. Now, for those people who are listening who think hypnotherapy is like the vampire with with the watch swinging back and forth.
Right.
You're getting very sleepy. Can you talk about what hypnotherapy is, especially the way that you use it and and
Yeah.
and how you got started?
Sure, sure. Yeah, my own kid was like, "Oh my God, mom, you're the guy at the fair now."
Yeah,
But
you're
yeah,
the
no,
you're the
I'm not.
carny you're the carny
Yeah,
person.
I'm the cardi person. Yeah, the subconscious mind, which is what hypnosis focuses on, is just the most suggestible part of our mind. And so hypnosis just allows us to go to the most suggestible part. And what I do is give us really good suggestions. And when we're a child, this part of our mind is really open like a little sponge. And so it's the part that you see kids can learn multiple languages, they learn how to walk and talk and do all the things. but they're also very programmable. So they learn things like, oh, you shouldn't do that, or you're not good enough, or we learn all these things. So what's so awesome about hypnosis is when we want to make a big change, let's go to the part where actually change takes place, which is our subconscious mind. It's this most suggestible part. So we're able to say, you know what? Where visibility might have felt really horrible in third grade, now you're trying to run a business. This is actually a really safe thing to do. So let's give it some really great suggestions that make you feel rock solid about it.
Ah, I love that. And there's so many moments that, as children that we experience that maybe even the person that said something maybe didn't mean it in a bad way, but we took it in that way. And then we have stories. And those stories go around and around in our heads that, let's say a parent left, there was a divorce or something, and that child feels abandoned, right?
Yeah.
And so that abandonment can throughout your life affect you in relationships and in jobs and in your starting your own business, I would think as well. Not
Oh
having that
yeah.
faith, that not having that faith in humanity. So how do you how do you know where to go with somebody? Like
Sure. That's yeah, I think the most important thing to know is that because we beat ourselves up, I should know better.
yeah.
I'm smart, I'm educated. What the heck is my problem? And so I think the most important thing to know is that this part of our mind, it doesn't care if we're successful or rich or going on stage and doing all these things or selling our book or doing a TED talk. And it just doesn't care that we're 45 now and should know better. It only cares if it's keeping us alive, literally alive and safe. And so if you sort of know that, you sort of say, okay, all right, I'll give myself a little bit of a break. It doesn't care what's in the bank or any of that other stuff. So where you start is our brilliant mind is able to go back and say, where was the first time you ever didn't feel safe being visible or whatever the thing is that you want to work on. And so in hypnosis, I don't have to really figure out anything. Your subconscious mind is so brilliant. It's
Mm,
say, hey, what's the root cause and reason why why Christine or why Christina doesn't feel good getting on stage or trying to talk about her program or trying to be more visible on TikTok or whatever it might be. Let's go back to the very root cause. So and so doesn't feel safe just being herself. Feels like she has to be
someone
somebody better
else.
than, yeah, sound
Yeah.
fake and not herself. And it'll go back to moments in third grade or when you're 5 years old eating cereal with your sister and you're thinking, this has nothing to do with anything. But it does. And we go back to moments when we learned what we had to do to be safe. We learned when the teacher said something, or our mom picked us up late for soccer practice, and we created a belief that was, oh wow, mom loves brother more than me. They picked it, well, really, no, mom just got home late from work and didn't love you more. But it's these beliefs and these beliefs that are here to keep us safe. And so we go back and we say, well, really, that was a program. Church told you that. The teacher told you that. The school told you that. You raised your hand at school. You had the wrong answer. Everybody giggled. It made you feel stupid. You weren't stupid. It was actually a really stupid question the teacher asked you, and she didn't prep you and show you. So, these are just things that were normal and they create beliefs. And so the belief is just a protection and it's not the truth. It's not a personality trait. It isn't the truth about you. It's just something we need to unravel and create the
Yeah.
new truth, which is you got this. We just have to create a new truth and remind yourself that you're perfectly fine, you're perfectly safe, and let your nervous system feel good.
Yeah. You know what I love about the work that you do, and I knew this the moment I met you, and this is probably part of my expert authority coaching coming through, is as soon as I met you, when you started to explain things, you're really good at putting it in concrete, simple terms so that everybody can understand it. You
Mm,
you have that gift, and that it truly is a gift because there are coaches out there. and speakers and specialists who, they think that they're connecting with the audience or their clients, communicating a message or a process, let's say, but you actually do it in such a way that's so crystal clear, it just rings true. I get the Blosdale goosebumps. I don't know about you, but when I know
Yeah.
that something is resonating as like yes, 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 yes with the universe, I'll get those goosebumps. And you just have that beautiful way of explaining that. If you can talk a little bit about when you're working, especially, you know, I 90% of my 99% of my clients are women in business,
Yeah.
and they're
Okay.
just starting out. And we know that depending on where you're from, what part of the world, society has certain expectations of women. Women, a lot of women that I have known have been through a heck of a lot in their lifetime, everything from what society expects of them through early childhood traumas,
Sure.
sexual abuse, or impropriety, inappropriate behavior. Let's talk about what would you say with women that you've worked with? What is the biggest thing that they feel that they need to overcome, or that you've seen that they need to overcome?
You know, it might not appear this way on the surface, but at the core, there's a real feeling of I have to do it on my own, which at the core is an abandonment issue. Now, if somebody would have walked up to me a while ago when I first started doing this and said, "You have a fear of abandonment," I would have, I'm Italian, and which is like, like go away. There would have been not a nice word coming out.
Yeah.
But this feeling of I got it, I don't need anyone, I'm independent, I'm on my, I can figure this out. So, if you're an entrepreneur, you've got that part of you. I can figure it out. I'm going to go on a YouTube video. I'm going to figure this thing out. But at the core, it's I don't trust anyone. I'm on my own. I've got to figure it out. That's different.
Right,
That's, I
right.
don't have anyone. I'm on my own. There is no one. I'm alone. And so this I'm alone, I'm abandoned is a real core wound I see. The other one is I'm not enough. And I'm not enough is I don't know if it's not just limited to women, it's limited to almost everyone. And it also is wrapped around this fear of rejection, which is just a human need, that we are connected and not rejected. Because it just goes down to survival. If we aren't connected, and I'm not talking about having a partner or not, I'm just saying if we don't have a connection with the humans, then it's survival. It's we need that connection, and we certainly felt that during COVID, right?
Yes.
But just in life, without connection, the opposite of connection is rejection. And that's what I talk about when I talk about your subconscious mind wanting to protect us. Your subconscious mind is your body. You cannot be visible in your business if your body doesn't feel safe. You're not going to
Right.
be visible and increase your prices and get out there and just knock it out of the park if you're feeling unregulated, unsafe, and not and that you're going to be abandoned. That's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the core, but it's showing up in, oh gosh, I just really want to make my prices average because I want to help more people. I want to widen the net. It's going to show up in ways that you logically, but logic doesn't trump your subconscious mind. So this isn't a logical thing. We can act like it is, but our subconscious mind is our emotions. And so there is no logic, there is no degree, there is no brains that are going to trump your subconscious mind. It's a
Right.
feeling. So it's really important that we can't outsmart it.
Right. Right.
Sorry.
Sorry. Well, and especially if I would say a lot of the clients when I first start working with them, I sort of we talk a bit, and I figure out if they have a little bit of no, it used to be just thinking that was imposter syndrome, but I really like what you said, that they feel that they're not enough, right? Not enough. And that fear of abandonment, I think it's wired into us that, many millennium ago, if we were abandoned, we were kicked out of the cave. Like
Sure.
literally,
Yeah,
we were
right.
kicked out of the cave and we had to face whatever dinosaurs, terrible things. And so we had to assimilate and we had to pretend, I think, as well,
You
that we,
nailed it.
you know,
Yeah,
we're all part of the same tribe and I'm good and I'll, just keep me in the cave so I can stay safe.
abs-
Survival, right?
absolutely.
And that is a core primal thing that I think we feel so that when we want to step out of the box or out of the cave, right? And show our beautiful shiny colors and feathers, when we want to do that, there's that fear. Don't overdo it.
Yes.
Don't be too much. Don't be different. That was such a
Yes.
core
Nailed it.
thing. And
Yes.
I'm from,
Yes.
I mean, I grew up in the 70s. I know I'm 61 now. And so I grew up in a time when it was like, yeah, man, if everybody's wearing candy shoes, you better wear candy shoes. If
I was
everybody's got
there.
Jordache jeans, you better wear Jordache jeans. And I grew up in a time we were poor. I didn't realize how poor we were, but we were kind of poor. And my grandmother made clothes for me. And she would make pants, these corduroys. And
My
because I
mom
always
did that too. I'm like, but I don't look
remember
like that. Yeah.
I would be so upset because there was no pockets. I was like,
I didn't have the ditto thing. I didn't look like, yeah.
no,
Yeah. I was
right?
like, oh God, I look different. Yeah.
Oh, it was like, oh, this is so. It was just horrible. I was lucky. I had cousins, so they would give me hand me downs. So thank God that I had some of those things.
You're
But
This is you really nailed something because now when it's do something to express your business or what you offer or whatever it is in life that we're trying to now shine, it's going against the grain because we've learned to be a chameleon to fit in. We don't even know it. This is such a blind
yes,
spot. We
yeah,
don't know it. We can't see. And that's the part where I think we need to have a lot of compassion for ourselves in this work is it it's okay because we have survived and done quite well. And this is where someone else can reflect and look and help you see that your blind spot and
yeah,
it can you can tweak this and change this rather quickly with just saying let me shine a little light on the area where this has served you and now it's just a block, it's not serving you anymore, it's
yeah,
actually stopping you from growing your income. And with just some different language and showing your nervous system that now you are going to be safe. You're not going to get rejected from the pack in third grade, or you're not in a tribe out in the field and going to get eaten by a lion. You truly are safe. And this isn't a joke. It's really a true thing in our body, but you can be rewired through hypnosis and audio recordings and repetitive words. It's science and it starts to feel and be your new normal and then
yeah.
you're just a badass.
Yeah, and then when you have to, and then when you do try and fit in, it feels awful. It feels
Right.
it's like, what am I doing? Yes. Well, and the whole thing with, with working with clients that I have right now is to bring out their own authenticity.
Yeah.
And again, in a world where we have social media and we have, like, TikTok and Facebook and all these things, it's sometimes it's difficult for them to embrace that and to say, I am going to show my authentic self, if it be wacky woo woo, or silly, or just even the way that they present themselves in their attire and things like that. Again, feeling that they need to still fit in. So what would you, let's say I'm your client and I say, I'm really having a hard time being my authentic self. I'm worried that people are going to make fun of me or reject me or throw me out of the cave. What steps would you take to work with me?
Well, first of all, your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. And so people can't feel you unless so if you're hiding, you're literally hiding from your clients. If you're pretending to be something that you're not,
Yes.
they can't feel you. They're not getting a sense of what you're truly trying to offer the world. I don't care if you're selling, a widget or a service or whatever it is. if you're not authentic, they literally cannot feel and the essence of what you're trying to offer.
Yeah.
So they literally cannot find you. They cannot see you. They cannot feel what you're doing because you are hiding behind something else. So if you're having a problem, it's like, well, look and see what your problem is. It's literally a mirror coming right back at you. So I do energy work as well, and it just sucks sometimes when the outside of the world is just reflecting right back at you what's going on, but it's true. So what I would say is, let's feel, we know very easily what it feels like to be ourselves and what it feels like to not be ourselves.
Mhm.
And when we can just kind of quiet the noise, our intuition is our inner compass. We know what it feels like to be authentic. And there's a whole hell of a lot of noise in there and racket when we're trying to be something that
Yeah.
feels like a professional and
Yeah.
feels
You're right.
like, I'm going to go on social media now, or I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to write this post. But we also know what it feels like to just kind of drop into, and without a script and without anything, and just quiet and just talk from our heart. So even just putting your hand on your heart and taking some deep breaths. And one of the things I ask clients to do is I want you to think of a moment in the last 24 hours when you felt, joy, or you felt excitement, or you felt love, just felt, deep connection. And usually it's, I smiled at a strange lady walking down the street, or my puppy
I
licked
did
me. This
this.
is
That
it.
was me this morning. That
Okay,
was-
yeah, your
yeah.
puppy, right?
Oh, just
Uh,
kissing that little face. Yeah.
yeah, it's like dogs or cats or something always does it. And I want you to close your eyes and really feel that, because we get more of what we feel. We don't get more of what
Ah,
we think.
yes. Amen,
Our
sister. Hmm.
feeling is your subconscious mind. You feel it, all right? Thinking is going to get you into trouble, and we think, then we think we can figure things out, but whenever you're doing a hypnosis audio or that practice, I'm going to have you feel. That's how you become and embody what you want to be. So if you can't figure out how to even feel it, think in the last 24 hours, when did you feel excited? I don't know. Okay, well, let's think of a moment when you felt excited. Well, I guess yesterday I was excited. All right, close your eyes. Let's feel it, embody it, feel it, and then experience that feeling. And you will very, very quickly allow yourself to go back into that moment. Then do the TikTok, then do it. You will sound more radiant. You will be more radiant talking about your business. You can't help it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's a great tip. Oh, I could talk to you forever and ever and ever, but if people want to work with you to find out more information about you, where do they go?
So they can go to free.christinalwoods.com, and I offer a free recalibration call. So love to get
Wow.
on the phone. Yeah. And
Really?
let's recalibrate, talk about what's going on in
Oh,
their
I
lives
love
in
that.
30 minutes.
I love that. And then and on that website they can find out more information about you. They can book that session with you as well, which is amazing. And I know you have a lot of great resources for people because you
I
really want to
do.
help them. And that's why I connected. That's why I wanted to connect with you, because I just feel like this really cool sisterhood thing going on.
I love it. Me too.
I love your energy. I love your clarity, and I love your purpose that you have in this world. So thank you again for being on the show and sharing your wisdom. I really appreciate it. And you're welcome back anytime. My guest today has been the marvelous Christina L. Woods. You can go to her website, free.christinalwoods.com. Don't worry if you want to get to that website, I'll have it in the show notes, a link to it. You can check it out there. And I want to thank you, wonderful listeners and viewers. If you're watching on YouTube, hello! You get to see my wonderful, beautiful guest. If you want to share this, please do. Share it with somebody that you think could benefit from the wonderful words that Christina was talking about. And if you want more information about the work that I do, my coaching programs, you can go to expertauthoritycoach.com. All those links will be in the show notes. And until next time, keep going with your expert authority and your authenticity. You got this. Christina and I both are saying, you've got this, right? All right. Take care now. Bye.